Welcome, fellow friends, viewers. God bless you. God loves you more. We are also happy for the fact that you are subscribing to our channel. Kindly keep doing so. Share this video with friends. Share this video with your CRE teachers. They can make use of them for the lessons in classrooms. We are happy. God bless you for doing that. In our last episode, there is an episode we talked about Sarah and Abraham when they were being promised that at that old age, they were going to get a child by the name Isaac. A matter and a fact that left us wondering how possible was that. Today, in this chapter, that is chapter 21 in the book of Genesis, we want to see how or whether the promise that God gave to Abraham and Sarah are coming to be true. Now, the Lord was gracious to Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised. How frequent do you keep your promises? God had promised Sarah that a year ago, that a time as such, he will bear a child. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him as God commanded him. Remember the circumcision command or covenant that God had given to Abraham. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. So the promise came to be true. How frequently do you keep your promise? You promise people, oh yes, I will buy your child books, I will take your child to school, I will employ your child when he accomplishes his education. How do you maintain, how do you keep those promises? A widow comes to you and you promise you will build a house or a shelter for them. How do you keep that's the big question. How do you frequently keep your promises? It is important to keep promises. May God bless you if you are a person that does that. Sarah said, God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. And she added, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age. Yes, it happened. Sarah gave birth to Isaac at an old age, and that happened as a miracle, something that Sarah kept wondering. Things kept on disclosing her mind, that who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age. Even in the current world, people would keep on. Actually, that will be the story, the breaking news in all headlines when you give birth at that age. But who is God for you? God did it. Now, remember when Sarah realized at a certain age that he had got no child, he gave Abraham an opening to go for a slave, Hagar, so that they could bear a child, of which true to form happened. But the moment Hagar realized that she was pregnant, she turned against Sarah. And that is now the story next. Hagar and Ishmael sent away. The child grew and was weaned And on the day Isaac was weaned, Abraham held a great feast. But Sarah saw that the son who Hagar, the Egyptian, had born to Abraham was mocking. And she said to Abraham, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." Never. It is not going to happen. Get rid of them. The matter distressed Abraham greatly because it concerned his son. Even you today, you've given birth to a son, and then your first wife telling you or commanding you or directing you to send your wife and the son away. It is a matter that will get you sleepless nights thinking of what to do. But God said to him, "Do not be so distressed about the boy and your slave woman. Listen to whatever Sarah tells you, because it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. I will make the son of the slave into a nation also, because he is your offspring." So God intervened and confirmed to Abraham that he was going to make use of that son. Early the next morning, Abraham took some food and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He set them on her shoulders and then sent her off with the boy. She went on her way and wandered in the desert of Beersheba. Yes, true to form, they were sent away after God's intervention, convincing Abraham never to wander, never to worry, because he was going to make use of that son. So they were set off and they wandered in the desert of Beersheba. When the water in the skin was gone, she put the boy under one of the bushes. Then she went off and sat down about a bushel away, for she thought, "I cannot watch the boy die." And as she sat there, she began to sob. Hagar went away, and she was wondering, what next? Truly, even if you are the one, you will be wondering, what next? God heard the boy crying, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, "What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lie there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." Who is God to? I love the way God does his things. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. So she went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an anchor. While he was living in the desert of Paran, his mother got a wife for him from Egypt. The power of a woman. He got the son a wife from Egypt. Let us see what happened in the desert of Beersheba. The treaty at Beersheba. At the time, Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his forces, said to Abraham, "God is with you in everything you do. Now swear to me here before God that you will not deal falsely with me or my children or my descendants. Show to me and the country where you now reside as a foreigner the same kindness I have shown to you. Abraham said, I swear it. Then Abraham complained to Abimelech about a well of water that Abimelech's servant had seized. But Abimelech said, I don't know who has done this. You did not tell me, and I heard about it only today. So Abraham bought sheep and cattle and gave them to Abimelech. And the two men made a treaty. The two men made a treaty. Abraham set apart 7 ewe lambs from the flock, and Abimelech asked Abraham, what is the meaning of these 7 ewe lambs you have set apart by themselves? Wow, it's getting interesting. He replied, accept these 7 lambs from my hands as I witness that I dug this well. Accept these 7 lambs from my hands as a witness that I dug this well. So that place was called Beersheba, because the two men swore an oath there. After the treaty had been made at Beersheba, Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his forces, returned to the land of Philistines. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called on the name of the Lord, the eternal God. And Abraham stayed in the land of the Philistines for a long time. God and Abraham stayed in the land of Philistines for a long time. So there were treaties to be signed up to today. These things are happening. You see a president of a nation signing treaties. They have been signed. A family to a family signing treaties. Things are happening. That is what happened. And the true story is that Isaac was born. So Isaac was born as you have heard. Now, in our next episode, we will see how Abraham is carrying on with his life and family. Until we meet there again, friends, God bless you. Take charge of these videos. Share them as much as you can. We love you, and God loves you more. God bless you. Until we meet again, we say goodbye. Thank you.